Welcome back to leg two of our trip across the US. It is 3 in the morning here in Las Vegas. Uh, little short little night on the town. Now we're getting ready to leave, hoping to catch a sunrise heading into Sedona, Arizona. That's why we're leaving so early. Uh, and yes, it is in fact very, very early. Um, so uh, let's get to it. Setting luggage. We're at cold and dark status. I'm gonna ask them to plug in their GPU today. Got the GPU sitting back there. That gives us some power. We'll go ahead and put the headphones on. Alright, well, everything's booting up here. I want to go ahead and go through our initialization. Start with our system tests.
Higher, 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 higher. Stall, stall, stall.
Alright. Fire install test checked. Onboard checked. Weight and balance. It reports about 100 pounds higher than actual because the operating weight in here is different from the operating weight in the actual sim. Not sure why, still working on that. I actually want to import our flight. So this is the route we picked. Go back into init. Flight plan set. Oops, hit the wrong button. We'll accept initialization. We're good here. Weight and fuel. Fuel on board is synced. 1,100 pounds of fuel is what we needed. We needed 1,080 technically. So we're good there. And do a quick review of our systems pages. We are on external power. Alright. And we are detecting weight on wheels. So these are the things you can check. Right, parking brake is set, gear selected is down, gear is locked down, and weight on wheel switches are triggered. Ice protection, everything is off. Environmental pressure, we just got current weather. And all is good. Alright, so I'm going to come over to this MFD. I'm going to go full here because I'm going to do some chart work here real quick. So I've got airport info. This is our planned departure. So I went full screen because that's a big chart. We're planning for the 35, we might end up on the 17th, so see what they report. In either case, we end up at Scammer, and we're actually heading to Zane, so we're gonna Ursula, Razzler, Rogue, Zane, or we're heading south. So we're either going north through Kitty, Jamia to Scammer, or south through Caver to Boyd, to Ziegler to Scammer. We do have a max altitude here of 6,000 feet and a minimum altitude here of 10,000 feet, although we'll be way above that. Because we're going to climb pretty good today because the weather's right in the sweet spot for this aircraft. Alright. Destination elevation is already set, 4,645 feet, because we're going into a very high altitude airport today. Sedona, Arizona, it's up on a mesa over the town. Actually, a really, really pretty airport. Hopefully, we get there right at the right timing here. Alright, looking at the airport map here, we're expecting to go off the 35 left, so we'll just taxi straight down here on Alpha. In the event that we're going off 17 right, we'll go north on Alpha, and then go off the 17. So that's that. We'll go ahead and tune the ATIS. 2077.
Henderson Airport information Alpha 1000 Zulu. Wind tree 19er at tree. Visibility 10. Sky condition. Few clouds at 2,500 feet. Few clouds at 4,900 feet. Few clouds at 14,200 feet. Temperature 26. Dew point 10. Altimeter tree 0.05. Visual runway tree 5 left and visual runway tree 5 right in use. Landing and departing runway tree 5 left and runway tree 5 right. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Alpha. Henderson Airport information Bravo 1000
We have Alpha
Zulu.
2547.
Wind tree 19er at tree. Visibility. Las Vegas clearance delivery vision, Jet November 216 Bravo Echo IFR, to Kilo Sierra Echo Zulu, ready to copy. Vision Jet November 216 Bravo Echo is cleared to Kilo Sierra Echo Zulu Airport as filed. Takeoff runway tree 5 left climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 125 decimal for 75 squawk 1136.
Alright.
Vision Jet, November 216 Bravo Echo, cleared to Kilo Sierra Echo Zulu Airport as filed. Takeoff runway tree 5 left, climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure on 125 decimal 475 squawk 1136. Southwest 55, 2 climb and maintain flight level 210. Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo readback is correct. Contact ground on 127.8 when ready to taxi. Good day. Climb and maintain flight level 210 Southwest 552.
Alright. We're set for 27.8. Alright. Get our speed bugs for takeoff set. Do our takeoff briefing here quick. Weather is good for a return to field if something should happen after departure. Departure today, we got a lot of runway to work with, so if we're not off by the midpoint, we're going to abort. If we have anything that looks funny, we're going to abort. We can abort right up until rotate. Anything we do take into the air, if we're not happy with it, we're going to come right back. And that is until we hit our initial 7,000 feet, at which point we'll transition into departure planning. Alright. Put us back into half. Actually want you to be traffic. I want you to be my departure chart. Plan only. There we go. And pull up our checklists. For engine start, pre-flight inspection is complete. Doors are latched. Parking brake is set. We'll leave that on until we're ready to taxi. Batteries 1 and 2 are on. Generators 1 and 2 are on. GPU is connected. Verify active FADEC channel. FADEC channel A is active. Alright, engine start. Strobe lights. We're going to leave off tonight. We're doing a night start. And that's really just, it really shouldn't be on. Gas messages are clear. Thrust lever. Verified idle. Brakes are held. Engine knob. Does it run? Verify fuel pump. We have fuel pump CAS. Fuel pump on, and I can hear the fuel pump. No engine start warning CAS indicators. And starting the engine. Watching for hung start and hot start. Looks like no hung start. We already have N1 rotation. And temp is coming back down, so we didn't get a hot start either. Good start. Check all normal. Engine instrument ice protection system is not required right now, but we will turn it on shortly after takeoff. ECS control panel. Get our fan going. External GPU disconnect. Go ahead and tell them to disconnect the GPU. Oxygen on. There's the oxygen. You hear that valve hiss with the oxygen turned on? That's actually releasing the main oxygen flow to the masks and to the emergency passenger oxygen. So that hiss is just all of those lines being primed as they've been allowed to leak out while we're idle. Alright, avionics are set. CAS pin has been removed. Passenger briefing. Well, you guys are my passengers today. If you like this flight, if you enjoy this trip, feel free to like and subscribe. Also, follow me on Twitch. Some of these I do stream live on Twitch. Yeah. That's our briefing. It's nice and short and sweet. Seatbelts are secured. Bleed switch is already to bleed. Engine start is complete. Before taxi. Comm and nav GPS are set for sure. ATIS and clearance have been obtained. Altimeter has been set. Transponder has been set. Heading and initial altitude. Initial altitude has been set. Heading, we're actually going to just put it into nav mode, and we're literally going to let that fly it. But I actually want to set our heading bug to 348. As that is our runway heading, so we want to check that on our departure side. Flight controls are free and correct. Well, I can tell that they're free. Yeah, you got enough light to make out ailerons. That's about it. Trim. Going to 6 degrees. Trim is set for takeoff. Flaps. Going down to 50%. Electric roll trim is neutral. Toga button has been pressed, and I'll rearm. Nav mode for our departure. I want to go out. Since we're following a departure plan, we want to stick to the FMS departure. Cast messages. I only have probe heat off and parking brake set. Those are correct. Seats are upright and secure. Parking brake has been released. And brakes will check as we start rolling. Alright, we're ready for taxi.
Henderson Ground Vision Jet, November 216, Bravo Echo, with Bravo ready to taxi IFR.
Vision Jet November 216 Bravo Echo Taxi 2 and hold short of runway 35 left via taxiway Echo Alpha. Contact tower on 125.1 when ready.
Alright.
Taxi, hold short
So
runway
out there,
35
right on
left,
Alpha.
using taxiway Echo Alpha Vision Jet 6, Bravo Echo.
Clear to taxi. So like our ice lights have just warned people are about to start moving. So we have to use the landing lights. Anything that quickly flashes a light, that's at the aircraft. And we're looking to turn tight enough here that we don't smack it with our wingtip. Takes very little power to keep rolling, but it takes quite a bit to get started. So we are on Alpha now. No, we're on Echo. This is Charlie. This one crossing up in front of us is Alpha. Alright. Start our before takeoff checks. Departure briefing. We did do that earlier. We're climbing via the SID. SID is programmed and has been checked. Landing lights we will turn on as we get to the runway. Same with probe heat. We are at a temperature where probe heat has a 5-minute time limit today. We'll keep an eye on that. Engine ice protection is not needed for takeoff, but we will want it shortly after, so we'll toggle it out when we get into climb. Cast messages, just probe heat off. Trim is set to 6. Flaps are set to 50%. And no takeoff alert in the CAS. Alright. That's the before takeoff checks. Oh, and MFD is configured. Pretty good. We're going to switch this to our departure plan. Actually, go ahead and switch this to our departure. We'll be able to see our progress on our departure here. Alright, normal takeoff. traffic monitor. That's a lot of traffic. Zoom that in just a little bit. It's going to be pure chaos going out of here.
Tower Vision Jet, November 216, Bravo Echo ready for departure runway, tree 5, left IFR, to Kilo Sierra, Echo Zulu.
Vision Jet November 216, Bravo Echo altimeter, tree 0.03, wind 009er at tree. Cleared for takeoff runway, tree 5 left.
Cleared for takeoff runway, tree 5, left Vision Jet, November 216, Bravo Echo.
Alright, we're clear for takeoff. Lights are on. Probe heat is on. Sorry, that timer. So with probe heat on, we have 5 minutes to begin our takeoff roll. I think we have 5 minutes really to be airborne. Looking for 35 left. And I see 35 left. Heading agrees. This is our runway. Now let's go. Alright, takeoff power is set. Coming up. Climb power is set. That thud was the gear locking up.
Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo contact Las Vegas departure on 125.475. Good day.
125.475 Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo. Las Vegas departure Vision Jet, November 216, Bravo Echo, is passing 3,400 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
Vision Jet November 216, Bravo Echo, Las Vegas departure altimeter, tree 0.03, continue to Delta Romeo Kilo as planned. Generic 2 Tango Delta contact, Los Angeles Center on 124.625. Good day.
Las Vegas departure departure vision, Jet 6, Bravo Echo. Request 17,000 feet.
Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect 17,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect 17,000 feet. Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo.
Alright, we can get the autopilot and auto throttle on while I'm managing ATC here.
Going to 124.625 generic 2 Tango Delta.
I turn on the active noise reduction.
Las Vegas departure vision, Jet 6, Bravo Echo. Request flight level 270.
Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect flight level 270.
Climb and maintain
getting told to
7,000 feet.
descend.
Expect flight level 270. Vision Jet 6, Bravo
I
Echo.
got traffic 500 feet above me. Oh yeah, right there. Look at that. Traffic flew just right over me. But the whole point of these departure plans is to avoid those kind of collisions. Right? So my departure plan held me down for one more leg. It Jamie, and then we begin our climb again. So while it's close, right, because there's planes climbing up above us, there's all sorts of other traffic.
Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo, please expedite your climb 7,000
And of course,
feet.
Microsoft ATC does not understand this. So just ignore them for a moment. Here very shortly we'll get our climb. A couple things that happened during that departure there that I just want to comment on. And we're still not at a temperature where I need the anti-ice, so I might actually end up with the anti-ice. We had a purple pointer on our vertical speed. That
Vision Jet
was...
6 Bravo Echo, please expedite your climb 7,000 feet.
I'll be climbing soon, you shush. There it goes. And there it is again. That is minimum climb gradient to adhere to the star, right? Obviously, on a departure, you want to climb as fast as you can. So there's some hold down points, like this one had a 6,000 foot exact.
Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo climb and maintain 17,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 17,000 feet. Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo.
Alright, we're heading up to 17,000 feet. I'll go ahead and get our landing light coming off as we climb up through 8,000 feet. Typically landing light off by 10,000 feet is the rule. And so we got this purple indication here. You can just see it next to my mouse there. That indication is minimum climb gradient as of this moment to hit our next altitude restriction. Of course, now we're about to pass through that altitude restriction, and so there is no restriction. You can see, if you look really close, see there's an underline there, so that's a 10,000 minimum altitude, right? Or there's a, so you can have a minimum altitude, you can have a maximum altitude, and you can have a at altitude restriction. This is a minimum altitude restriction that we're about to clear with flying colors, because obviously, as I said, this aircraft climbs like a bat out of hell. Sadly, not very fast, but it's a good solid climb. Go ahead and request our final
Las
cruising
Vegas
altitude.
departure vision, Jet 6, Bravo Echo. Request flight level 290.
Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo contact Los Angeles Center on 13 for decimal 65. Good day.
5465.
134.65 for Vision Jet 6, Bravo Echo. Los Angeles Center Vision Jet November 216 Bravo Echo is at 11,200 feet, climbing 17,000 feet.
Vision Jet November 216 Bravo Echo Los Angeles Center altimeter 29.97. Continue to Delta Romeo Kilo as planned. Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo climb and maintain 17,000 feet. Expect flight level 290.
Climb and maintain 17,000
that was
feet.
our
Expect
expect.
flight level 290. Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo.
Very, very, very bright night tonight. Mentioned this before. Very full moon and not a lot of clouds. So,
United 430
despite the fact that
maintain
it's
flight level 340.
it's still definitely night. You can really see the terrain.
Climb and maintain flight level 340 United 430.
I mean, it's one of those super bright nights. What I really like, I've got this lighting, right? If I turn on all our cabin lighting and really light up this space, that's going to fade away and become less visible out there. That is a reshaped plugin I've got that I really, really like. It creates a very dynamic night vision and day vision simulation. So the more bright lights I have inside the cockpit, the harder the stuff outside is going to get to see. Although it's not working as well, because it should get a lot darker out there.
Los Angeles Center Spirit Wings 51 is passing flight level 190, descending 8,000 feet. Spirit Wings 51 Los Angeles Center, continue to Preno as planned.
Alright, so
Spirit
takeoff
Wings
went well.
51 contact Los Angeles Center on 124.2. Good day.
Go ahead and go through our climb checks. Thrust lever, we definitely were well below the 2-minute mark.
124.2 for Spirit Wings 51.
Getting that out of takeoff thrust. If practical, reduced to within 2 minutes.
Traffic is 2 o'clock for miles
But absolute
at flight
max is
level
5
340
minutes.
generic. Report them in sight. United 430 traffic is 2 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 350 generic. Report them in sight.
Cabin pressure is
Los Angeles Center,
pressurizing.
United 1013 flight level 340. United 1013 Los
Ice
Angeles
protection is
Center,
not required
continue
today.
to Boda as planned.
And altimeter will just set to transition altitude soon.
United 489er have the traffic.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and drop the chart
United
now.
430
We're really,
have the generic in sight.
realistically, we're at the end of the departure here. And we're just climbing up to cruise.
United 489er traffic is 12 o'clock for miles at flight level 340 generic. Report them in sight. United 1013 traffic is 1 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 350 generic. Report them in sight. Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo climb and maintain flight level 270.
climb and maintain flight level 270 vision, Jet 6, Bravo Echo.
United 101 tree traffic in sight. Los Angeles Center Spirit Wings 51 is at 15,200 feet, descending 8,000 feet. United 489er have the generic in sight. Spirit Wings 51 contact Los Angeles Center on 124.625. Good day.
As soon as we're out of the immediate Vegas area, traffic just drops off. There's nobody out here.
Going to 124.625 Spirit Wings 51.
Alright,
United
2992 on the altimeter.
contact Los Angeles Center on 124.2. Good day.
And now we just fly.
124.2 for United 489er. American 255 descend and maintain flight level 340.
Turn off the track IR here for a bit.
Descend and maintain flight level 340 American 255. American 1308 climb and maintain flight level 240.
Alright, so what I didn't mention,
Air Mexico 484 climb and maintain
that
flight
checklist
level
is done.
230.
First checklist is going to be pretty straightforward. Thrust lever,
Climb and maintain flight
auto
level
throttle is
230
running.
Air Mexico
The auto throttle is
484.
going to keep us at our optimum
American
cruise speed.
1308 descend and maintain flight level
Ice
230.
protection shouldn't be required today. We're going to be above any kind of
Air Mexico 484 traffic alert.
visible
4
moisture.
o'clock less than 1 mile flight level 230
And so we just keep a
generic.
monitor on our systems.
Report them in sight.
With that in mind,
Descend
I'm
and
going to
maintain
keep
flight
climbing
level
up here to
230
290.
American 1308.
And I will see you guys when something interesting
American
happens.
1308
But until then,
traffic is
I'm
1
going to put on
o'clock,
some
2
music.
miles at flight level 230 generic. maintain 14,000 feet. American 1308. Climb and maintain
Alright,
flight
so
level 3990 giant tree.
it's never too early to start planning for your arrival. Yes, I know we're still on the departure
Climb
plan.
and maintain
Details.
flight level 2990 Screamer 25.
We're coming up to cruise altitude. We're now just in routing mode for the departure plan, and the FMS is going to take care of that for us.
American
So now we're on
1308
to
traffic is 12
looking
o'clock, 4
at
miles at flight level 250 generic.
where we're headed, right? And so right
Reports are in
now,
sight.
winds are 170.9 at Sedona. Probably going to stay pretty close to that. If you look at our runways, we got a 321. That's kind of a straight cross. Not quite. It's slightly closer to the 21 side. So we're going to go assume an approach to 21. There's an RNAV to 3, but there's nothing into 21. But if I go back to the weather and I look at the weather, I got 10 miles visibility and no clouds. So we're probably going to do a visual into 21. And so that's actually what I'm going to go ahead and pre-plan here. Is I'm going to assume that we're going to do a visual into 21 using vectors to final.
Southwest 2169er descend and maintain climb and maintain flight level 230 exit.
If we show that on the map, that's literally where we're at. Is we come in, right, winds are coming straight out of the south, so we're going to come in from the northeast into those winds-ish, heading to runway 21 for a straight-in approach. The alternative, if the weather was not quite good enough for a visual straight-in like this, is that we would actually do the RNAV into 3.
United 2283 climb and maintain flight level 380.
Flight plan.
American 823 descend 124.85 southwest 4278.
I feel like that's the direction we're coming from. This would be the RNAV into 3. Which runway 3 is like
United
right off the north end here.
Climb and maintain flight level
And then
380.
do a circle to land. And we could actually show that chart here.
American 823 descend and maintain flight level 320.
If I go to charts, it's still trying to show me Henderson because we're still technically on the departure. But I'm going to do this approach. I'm going to zoom to plan. So we've got a couple of different places to come in. Pumpkin is our final. And we do a straight in.
Screamer 25 climb and
If we look at our
maintain flight level
minimums,
370.
our minimums to land are still pretty high, right? We're looking at 1,000-foot minimums
Southwest 397
for
contact
our type
Los
of
Angeles
aircraft
Center on 124.85.
because
Good day.
we don't have
Climb
this
and
isn't an
maintain
LPV
flight level
approach.
370 Screamer 25.
We don't have vertical guidance on this approach. This is just,
124.85
hey,
for
get to
Southwest
this altitude to
397.
this point. And while the FMS can give us some kind of glide path, it's
Los
really
Angeles Center, Southwest
advice only
4278 is passing
because nothing has been
10,900 feet,
certified or
moving
verified to be
10,000 feet.
accurate enough for that.
Southwest 4278 Los Angeles Center.
So we don't have that.
30.00,
So if we look at our
continue
approach
to be
options,
KYLN as planned.
we could do the circle to land to 21, right?
United 2283 climb
Not
and maintain
authorized to
flight
the
level
northeast, so we would have to
380.
stay on the south side of the 2 runways. So you fly in and say a visual on the airport, and you have to get that visual before that minimum descent height. Then you can go lower because now your whole visual, basically you're doing a circuit. You're flying a traffic pattern. We would have that option if the visibility was lower, and like the airport's VFR minimums, but we'd have to get through clouds to get there. But because we're got just wide open visibility, wide open skies,
Southwest 427,
we're going to be on a
you are
visual
900
approach.
feet above your
So,
assigned altitude. Descend and maintain
we'll go ahead
10,000
and
feet altimeter 29.905.
put the map back up here, get our traffic map back up here, and then
United 2283 climb and maintain. Descend and
I'm going
maintain
to
10,000 feet southwest.
preload
4278.
the vectors, or just final arrival into runway 21. We'll see. That may or may not actually drop us on runway. Duplicated Sedona.
Los Angeles Center,
It started
American
doing that
2003 flight level
if I
300.
select through the procedure screen and not through here.
American
Not sure why.
2003 Los Angeles Center. Continue to CTNY as planned.
But that is our approach plan. And we are officially off of the departure plan. So,
Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo, you are 83 miles west. Descend and maintain 17,000 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway 21 approach. Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo descend and maintain 8,400 feet.
Descend and
Okay.
maintain 8,400 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway 21 approach. Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo.
I was not expecting to be getting into the approach already. Well, I guess.
FlexJet 449er
Yeah.
contact Los Angeles Center on 124.85.
What was that last altitude we were
day.
given?
Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo contact Albuquerque Center on 128.45. Good day.
128.45 Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo. Albuquerque Center Vision Jet November 216 Bravo Echo is passing flight level 290 descending 8,400 feet.
Vision Jet November 216 Bravo Echo Albuquerque Center. Continue as planned.
Continue as planned. I didn't plan for you all to drop this on me this early. Oops. We'll start a very gentle descent that should keep ATC happy, but allow us to wait till I want us to. And I just realized why it actually
Vision Jet
adds
6 Bravo Echo, please expedite your descent 8,400 feet.
9. I just realized why it keeps adding Sedona. It actually needs that for a path for us to be on after we leave Drake. So crossing Drake, heading to Sedona. And then we'll break off that path at some point. So, but we've still got 60 miles to go and we're descending. And there's no reason why we should be descending this early, other than ATC being dumb. Actually, you know what?
Albuquerque Center Vision Jet, November 216 Bravo Echo, would like to change destination to Kilo Sierra Echo Zulu.
Trying to tell them I want to cancel IFR.
Vision Jet November 216 Bravo Echo is cleared to Kilo Sierra Echo Zulu Airport as filed. Squawk 1136.
Vision Jet, November 216 Bravo Echo, cleared to Kilo Sierra Echo Zulu Airport as filed. Squawk 1136.
Delta 1470 contact Los Angeles Center on 124.85. Good day. Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo read back correct. Radar contact flight level 280. Continue to Delta Romeo Kilo turning and following heading 105, resume on navigation descend and maintain flight level 210. Exejet 407, you are 50 miles northwest. Descend and maintain 11,000 feet, expect vectors, visual runway 21 approach. Exejet 407 descend and maintain 9,200 feet.
Continue to Delta Romeo Kilo turning and following heading 105, proceed on course, descend and maintain flight level 210 Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo.
Albuquerque Center, FlexJet 449er flight level 250. Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo, you are 58 miles west. Descend and maintain 15,000 feet, expect vectors, visual runway 21 approach. FlexJet 449er Albuquerque Center, continue to KIDDR as planned. Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo descend and maintain 8,500 feet.
Descend
cannot
and
seem
maintain
to
8,500 feet, expect
cancel.
vectors, visual runway 21 approach Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo.
It's not gonna let me cancel IFR. Alright, well we're not descending. I'm ignoring them. Microsoft's ATC has broken again. Becoming kind of a trend. Not terribly surprised by it. Set my display. There we go. It starts these visual approaches out in the middle of freaking nowhere. It's not so bad if you're on a arrival, because that usually
Descend and maintain flight level
means they won't mess with you till you
Spirit
get
Wings
closer.
3102. Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo, please expedite your descent 8,500 feet.
Yeah.
Alaska 777 descend and maintain flight level 350.
Alright, so I'm going to resume the music until we actually get to the true top of descent. Got a traffic alert for a rapidly descending aircraft in front of me. Never even saw him. But at the rate they're descending, that had to have been another player.
Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo, please expedite your descent 8,500 feet.
Alright, we'll start at 1,000 foot per minute descent. We should be at flight level 210 in 10 minutes according to VNAV.
American 1303, contact Albuquerque Center on 124.5. Good day. Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo, please expedite your descent 8,500 feet. Skywest Tree 228 descend and maintain flight level 260. Going to 124.5 American 130 tree. Descend and maintain flight level 260 SkyWest Tree 228.
Descent checklist. Thrust lever is being handled by the
SkyWest Tree
auto.
228, contact
Landing
Albuquerque
field
Center on
elevation was verified.
124.5. Good day.
Ice protection is not required. Altimeter.
Delta
We won't get
715,
that
climb
set.
and maintain flight level 370. 124.5 for SkyWest Tree 228.
Wait, 3019.
Climb and maintain flight level 370, Delta 715. Generic 406, descend and maintain 17,000 feet.
These disables are secure. Vent check complete. We'll do our approach checks as we get a little bit closer to the airport.
Southwest 1700, climb and maintain flight level 380. Climb and maintain flight level 380, Southwest 1700. Generic 406, descend and maintain flight level 200. Generic 406, descend and maintain flight level 180. Generic 406, climb and maintain flight level 260.
That woke up the VNAV.
Generic 406, descend and maintain flight level 280. Delta 715, traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 380, generic. Report them in sight.
Alright. I got nothing interesting on the
Southwest
traffic.
1700, traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 370, generic. Report them in sight.
I do believe I see the actual Sedona Airport out in front of us.
Spirit Wings Tree 102, descend and maintain flight level 340. Delta 715, traffic in sight. Southwest 1700, have the generic in sight. Jet 6 Bravo Echo, contact Albuquerque Center on 124.5. Good day.
124.5 for Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo. Albuquerque Center Vision Jet November 216, Bravo Echo, is passing 16,700 feet, descending 8,500 feet.
Vision Jet November 216, Bravo Echo, Albuquerque Center altimeter 30.10, continue as planned. Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo, contact Phoenix approach on 126.375. Good day.
126.375 for Vision Jet 6, Bravo Echo. Phoenix approach Vision Jet November 216, Bravo Echo, is passing 14,900 feet, descending 8,500 feet.
Vision Jet November 216 Bravo Echo, Phoenix approach altimeter 30.14, continue as planned. Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo, descend and maintain 6,700 feet.
Descend and maintain 6,700 feet. Vision Jet 6, Bravo Echo.
Alright. The one plane looks like they're on approach to runway 21. I got my lights on. Anti-ice not needed. We're also now well above freezing temperature. Alright, thoughts are starting to come in. Approach briefing. Not much to brief on this one. We're straight in approach to runway 21. I'm gonna monitor our terrain here. We descend. Now we're dropping off the FMS and turning outbound. Seats are up and locked. Ice protection is not required. Lights are set. Flaps are at 50%. And we are slowing to approach speeds. Alright. Looks like our VRF today is 78 knots. I'll go ahead and get those speed bugs set. Right.
Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo, please expedite your descent 6,700 feet.
Yeah, I'm not doing that one. Cool. Alright.
Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo, please expedite your descent 6,700 feet.
Alright, so I've got a approach leg logged in here. That's what I can do. So rearm the FMS. Continue flying out a bit, and then I'm going to do a 180 turn into that approach leg, what I did. So what I did is I set a direct to final at this 30-degree angle. So I'll come in, get on that 30-degree to final, and turn in. Now I set
Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo, please expedite your descent 6,700 feet.
turn to heading 210. Go ahead and start a descent. They know that we're clear of the terrain at the moment, but I don't want to get too low.
Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo, please expedite your descent 6,700 feet.
Yeah. ATC is trying to fly me into the...
Phoenix approach Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo would
Now
like
they're
to
letting me
cancel
cancel
IFR.
Vision Jet 6 Bravo Echo IFR flight plan is canceled. Reader service terminated. Squawk 1200. Maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Kilo Sierra Echo Zulu Traffic Vision Jet November 216 Bravo Echo is on final runway 21 to land.
Alright, so I got gear down. Arm approach mode so that when I do get established on final, I'll get useful glide path indication all the way in. But at this point, I'm going to take it manually because I got to worry about all this terrain. This is one of those approaches that on a moonless night, quickly turns into a black hole approach. Alright, gears down, flaps are down, lights are set. Our runway. Terrain is rising behind us quickly. That's okay, we're gonna get on this glide path here. I'll need to add some power as we do. Definitely feeling that crosswind.
500.
Gonna get some trim in here. Ah, I'm high again. High and to the right. There we go. Alright, power coming out. Get that round out. Let it slow down and ease it onto the ground. And there it is. Whoa. Interesting yank to the left as soon as the nose wheel touched.
Kilo Sierra Echo Zulu traffic, generic November, full 40 Mike Lima, 11 miles, northeast, inbound visual runway 21. Kilo Sierra Echo Zulu traffic, generic November, full 40 Mike Lima, is on final runway 21 to land.
Alright, we're gonna clear the runway over here. As we do, I'll go ahead and get the flaps coming up. Lights coming off.
Kilo Sierra Echo Zulu traffic vision jet, November 216, Bravo Echo, is clear of the runway.
Well, that ended up going a little quick. Didn't quite get our sunrise arrival that I was hoping for, but still, welcome to Sedona, Arizona. A tricky approach in the best of circumstances, and this was the best of circumstances. There is a online player. See off the end of the runway there. Hoping YouTube compression doesn't completely destroy that. They're trying to bring an Airbus in. And oh dear God. Now it's possible they're not actually using an Airbus, that's just what it picked as the model for them, because they have an add-on plane I don't have. Alright. Taxi in here, get through our after landing checklist. Flaps are ups. Flaps are ups. Flaps are up. Wing stabilize anti-ice is off. Engine anti-ice is not required. Probe heat. Gonna get that off. External lights are off for night. Brakes have been checked. Procedure complete. I didn't check anything, but that's alright. Go to the next checklist. This is the shutdown checklist. That was a very interesting thing at the end of the landing. I think I was cross controlled, is what happened. So instead of having um, a nice clean touchdown, I was cross controlled. Um, and that messed with things. So, and that's what happens, right? If you're cross controlled and you make a bad landing while cross controlled, as soon as that nose wheel hits, that's gonna pull you to one side or the other based on your level of cross control. Um, so I think that's kind of what happened there is I was cross controlled. I didn't realize it because I was kind of fighting with that crosswind that wasn't really stable. I wasn't really getting a feel for the crosswind on that approach. Um, so then I didn't hit with my aircraft and velocity vector straight down the runway. So when that nose wheel got down, the velocity vector was different than the nose wheel, or than the aircraft direction, and the nose decided to try to turn to amplify that, is basically what happened. So also truth of uh, flight sim has really weird transition to ground handling. Sometimes that can throw it off where, you were stable, then all of a sudden you're on the ground, and now it kind of forgets about your wings, and you just have your tail, and it tries to windmill you. Or weather vane you. No windmill, weather vane you. So, a little bit out there. Alright, let's get through our checklist. So, thrust silver's idle needs to be for 2 minutes. We're at minute 55 because I was talking. Engine IPS switch is off, has been off. Bleed air switch is fresh air. Oxygen master is off. Lights are all off. Engine knob is off. Engine button, press. So it's interesting, you turn it off, but then you have to press the button to actually make it transition to that mode. Not sure why they designed it that way. That's what it is.
Kilo Sierra Echo Zulu traffic, generic November.
Watching for
40
N2 below
likely on
24%,
8 miles,
which we are
northeast,
below.
inbound visual runway 21.
Cap spin should get replaced here momentarily automatically. That's not something I actually can physically control. I think it's actually tied to the parking brake. Yep, there it is. Cap spin is set. Gen 1 and Gen 2 off. Parking brake set. Egress door pin has been replaced. And batteries off. Alright, so that was actually a really short flight. I was expecting that to be almost an hour and a half. Based on my pre-flight planning, that was coming in at an hour and 20-minute flight. So only 52 minutes, so that's actually pretty quick. I did consider 1 minute of that day, so I'm assuming that's either the glitch where the time wasn't set when I loaded in, or the that we're getting into daytime, but it did mark both the takeoff and landing as a night operation. So, that is pretty much that. If you enjoyed this flight, if you think that ATC should learn how to not to send you into plateau or mountains or whatever, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next leg. Spoiler, next time we're headed in the direction of Aspen. I don't know if it's all the way to Aspen in one leg or if we're going to stop somewhere else on the way, but we're headed to Aspen, Colorado. See you then.